Hi everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Elaine Schnelle, and I'm here to introduce you to these fabulous patches. They're called X39, and they're been invented by David Smith over in America, and they're now available for sale in Australia. They've been life-changing for me. The benefits I've received from them have I've actually felt like I can actually enjoy life again. I've been able to walk, start running, and I'll fill you in on some of those things. But first of all, I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not a medical person, so I'm just speaking from my own experience and my own testimonies and what I've seen and experienced whilst using the product. So this is the packet that you get, and inside it, you open it up. There's some instruction. First of all, there's the little packet that's got the X39 patches in it, and then there's some instructions in there as well, telling you how to wear them, where to put them on your body and different places in all different languages. And there is also a little bit about the product as well and the benefits you can gain from them. For instance, there's just mental clarity. It's great for brain fog. I had a lot of brain fog. That's gone. Rapid pain relief. I've been suffering from peripheral neuropathy, and after being 3.5 months on these patches, I am almost healed. There's reduced inflammation, wound healing, energy. Oh, energy is amazing. So some of these things are in here, and we'll be talking about those later. But I just wanted to show you what are the patches. So this is the envelope that you receive, and this is called a sleeve. And inside that sleeve is 30 of these. Have a look inside here. There's over 30 of them, little patches. They look like a Band-Aid, and they're called a Lifewave patch. And they were invented, as I said, by David Smith. Took him 20 years to invent this patch, and I think about $20 million as well, or maybe more. It's painted it for 20 years, so the numbers are pretty good. So anyway, so what it is, if you have a look at it there, it's an adhesive patch. It's a special patch that adhesive that generally doesn't hurt anyone. I've had people who say, I can't wear anything like that with adhesive on it. That doesn't seem to affect them, but if it does, it doesn't matter, because you can actually even wear it on your clothes, inside your bra. It won't matter because it works both sides, and I'll explain how it works in a moment. So this is the patch. It's made of nano crystals, and the nano crystals are in a lattice formation. So it's a mixture of things like proteins, sugars. I had to write it down one moment because I forget about all those. And proteins and sugars and various other things that little crystals, molecules, and it's formed in a into a lattice formation, and that's the secret. And what actually happens is you can put this then on your body, and I like to place it, and this is the recommendation to make it work the best, is to place it on your meridians. So your body's got a main meridian down here. It's like the Eastern medicine meridian, your acupuncture points on the back and the front. And so when you first start, I recommend that you do that, because that is an energy flow area. And so when you put the patch on there, it will then very quickly move right throughout the effects of it throughout your body using that energy meridian. So here we go. I'm going to put mine. I usually put mine on. Put my fingers here on the back of the neck. I'll show you here. And I will fiddle around a bit until I find the sorest part. Oh, there it is for me. And I put that on there. And that is the acupuncture point that is blocked. The energy is blocked in that acupuncture point, and that's why it's sore. And so I put it on that, and it will straight away start to work. About 2% of people get a reaction straight away, but the majority of people, it takes a while to work. What actually happens is your body has UV light coming up, reflects or gives off UV light, like an infrared light, and it sits about 3 to 5 centimetres above your body, all over your body. So if you're in a dark room and they had a UV light machine, they would be able to show that on your body. And then when you put the patch on it, the UV light, it's a little bit like sunlight. It actually hits that nanocrystals, that's what they call them, nanocrystals in there. So it's on your body. Sometimes people put it on their chest here, down on their heart, near the belly button. Anywhere on that meridian is a good starting point. You can put it straight onto pain areas if you prefer to. So you put that on your body, and straight away the light from your body comes up and hits that patch, and then it gets reflected back into your body, goes down the meridian and in wavelengths. And it has the ability, because of the lattice structure and the nature of what the nanocrystals are, to convert and create copper peptides in your body. So I don't know if you've heard of GKCQ, I think it is, or U, but it is a copper peptide, and it then has the ability, and has been proven with clinical studies, they're all on the websites, to activate your stem cells. And your stem cells are amazing. Stem cells are used by your body to heal and repair itself, and are essential to your healthy life. So the stem cells have 2 ways generally of working. They can travel to an area that's inflamed or damaged, and they will then repair those cells. Or alternative, which is really amazing, they can, when cells in your body die off, it's actually been known to be very useful for people with cancer and things like that. So if those cells have died off, the stem cells then have the ability to become those cells that have died off. They can actually change into those cells, and then so your body's still got healthy cells there. There's many ways to do it. Stem cells are at the moment, they are the way of becoming the new exciting technology in medicine. My doctor is extremely excited and happy to see me doing this. He knows I'm a natural person, and he's supporting me in this journey. So it's it's amazing technology. My journey started for years and years. When I was younger, I had my womb out by the time, my endometriosis, I was hemorrhaged after the birth of the baby. I've had the womb out, I've had so many things. I've had thyroid problems, and I've been on medical medium for 5 years. I went vegan for, I think, 5 years as well. I've tried everything, and I generally improved and could live the best life that I could, but I still wasn't well. I still had fatigue issues. I still had excess weight. I still had fluid. I still had a severe bike injury, and I have bone on bone in my knee, and had a metal plate put in there. But I went and drove around. I had just before, those who've read my book, Around Australia, One Woman, One Soul, One Dream. It's a story of me when I got a diagnosis of a brain tumour in back around about 2016. And I decided then, oh my gosh, I haven't driven around Australia yet, and I didn't want to have any regrets. And the brain tumour was growing, and so off I went. And I healed myself a lot that was when I was juicing and trying to keep as healthy as possible. And when I came back from that trip, I had a wonderful trip. It was life-changing. It's worth having a look at my book. It's been #1 on Amazon, and I'm really proud of that. It's not #1 anymore, but it was for quite a few weeks. That was the ebook, and also the paperback was about #7 or 8, one above Prince Harry's book called The Spare. So I was very proud of that. You can also get a copy from me. You can message me, and I can sign it and channel a message for you with that book, and you just pay the postage as well. So anyway, when I came back, it was not long after I came back, and this is why how I found out about LifeWave. I ended up going down to Byron Bay, drove down and back, and on the way back I got severe pains. I managed to get myself home. I had severe pains, and I ended up in hospital. And after a week, I had an emergency gallbladder surgery to take, obviously, to take the gallbladder out. And once I got home, I started getting pain in my feet, which I don't know why. Everyone said, oh, just go for a walk. It's just the medicines, it's just the anaesthetic, you'll be right. But it wasn't. Within about a day, I was, or maybe 2 days, I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't walk. I was in excruciating pain, and I was back in hospital. I went down to Melbourne, and I spent 44 days in one of the hospitals down there, learning, trying to get above the pain. I had hypothyroidism as well. My world seemed to be crashing down, and the pain was so excruciating, and I still as I said, couldn't walk, and was in the wheelchair. Anyway, I stayed there for 44 days. It took a long time for them to stabilise my the hypothyroidism and the pain. They actually put me on a street drug called Special K, which is ketamine, and I was on the maximum doses of Lyrica and quite a few other tablets as well, and they said to me, you're fine now, you can go. Well, anyone that's been on any of those medications, yes, I may not be feeling as much pain, but I still was feeling a lot of pain. I called it about 11 or 12 out of 10, and it felt like broken glass. At every step I took, my feet were just being crushed with and squeezed with sharp broken glass. And anyway, after that, I spent another month in rehab in Melbourne learning to walk, and then I came home, and I basically couldn't look after myself. The doctor put me onto my aged care for house cleaning. I've been having Meals on Wheels and various things. But then I came across this product called LifeWave, and it's changed my life, and in a very short time. From the first time I put the patch on, about 2% of people can have an immediate effect, and I was one of them. And within half a day, I actually ran up and down my car park. And I knew then this was something good about this patch. And I could feel it working in my body. And anyway, I was told I'd have to wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Well, I left it on for 24 hours, didn't I? Which you're not supposed to do. But I did, because I only had one patch. The lady gave me one to try. And I could see that it was benefiting me. And then when I took the patch off, I went straight back to the pain, because the pain had eased a bit, and I couldn't walk again, like still struggling with the walking. But I wanted to get back on. I wanted to buy these patches, and I did. And I've been using them now for 3.5 months. The pain, I had a lot of inflammation that started to go down. One of the first things I noticed was my hair. It started to I used to have a bit of a bald patch and thinning here, and now my hair is just thick, and it's even losing its beautiful grey highlights, or silver highlights I call, and it's actually going back to my old colour, which is amazing. My skin, this is without any makeup on. It used to have, because they put copper peptide in makeup and things like that now these days. It's very popular. Had a lot of spidery veins here. The wrinkles here, they started to disappear, and I had people starting to comment on my face and my skin. But I wasn't worried about that. I wasn't thinking about the anti-aging qualities of this product. I just wanted to get rid of the pain. I just want to go back to bike riding. I just want to be able to walk along the Strand where I live and enjoy life again. And it's slowly but surely things started to improve. And more recently, I'm probably now down. I used to have brain fog. I have it no more. My brain is just so active. It's amazing. And more recently, I have gone off all medication from the doctor, all the painkillers. When I got what I was diagnosed with was peripheral neuropathy, which means that the nerves from wherever it is, for me it was from the waist right down to my feet, and that's why I couldn't walk, and I was in excruciating pain. So the myelin sheath around the electrical cord, it's like your nerves are like an electrical cord, and the myelin sheath is the outer covering, that usually white coloured plastic covering on an electric cord. It was all damaged. I don't know how that happened, whether it was the anaesthetic that did it or whatever, but it's gone. And then it exposes the raw nerve in my body, and that was what caused the pain, the excruciating pain and the inability to walk. I used to have plantar fasciitis and all that years ago, but was nothing. This was just unbearable. So anyway, now I've gone off all the medication. The doctor had put me on duloxetine, antidepressants. I was having counselling because I thought I was never going to walk again. I was told by the doctor that, you know, you're never going to walk again. So I changed doctors. I wouldn't believe that. And thank goodness I didn't. And thank goodness I just kept pushing on. And yeah, so all medications are working. I had lost the control and the use of my bladder. I'm now got that back. It's just wonderful. And the other thing now is I've started even going back to the gym. I'm doing weights. I'm doing walking on the walker there, and also just this last couple of weeks I've got back on the bike again. And for those who know me, the bike has been my favourite thing in the world ever since I was a kid. I just feel so free on the bike, and having that taken away from me has been a really hard challenge. But I haven't got a bike yet, but I'm riding one now at the gym. And it's just so exciting and wonderful for me. So this is my healing journey. I wasn't going to do a talk about it until I was actually finished, but I know I'm going to make it now. I know that I've got my life back, and I feel so free and I feel so strong. And there are so many stories about testimonies from people that have cured illnesses and pain. One thing I'm hoping for now, I mean, my arthritis in the hips is going as well. It's very good for arthritis. And even I'm hoping that the bone on bone from my bike injury, an accident from that, I've got bone on bone there. It's very painful. But I've also read a lot of testimonies where people actually grow back the cartilage between bones that's damaged. Ligaments heal themselves because the stem cells go in there and heal it. Their job is to heal the tissues, to heal and repair things. But the thing is, when you were born, you've got a whole set, as a baby, a set of fully activated stem cells in your body. And this was the turning point for me to understand this, that by the time you are 30 years of age, test cases have shown that the majority of people have only 50% of those stem cells left. They've been used to heal things, or they've become dormant for whatever reason, whether you've had an injury or whatever. Some people are lucky and gone through life with very little illnesses, and they probably have more than 50% left at that age. But I wasn't. I'd already lost my womb by that age, so I'm sure I didn't have very many left at all. But then, unfortunately, by the time you are 60 years of age, most people have very little stem cells left that are activated. Most of them have gone dormant and been used up. So the body, the amazing thing about this is it's the body, your own body, is reactivating your own stem cells. Stem cell therapy is what is taking off in the world. People are paying to get stem cells from umbilical cords, for paying for them to be harvested from someone's bone marrow and put back into their body. But they're charging like $16,000 an injection, and it only lasts for so many days. I'm not sure, don't count, I don't want to be quoted on that. But this is just a patch. And when you put that on your body, right, in the first 24 hours, 4,000 genes are activated, and they're your own stem cells that are sleeping, and they get going again. And so after you've been on the patch for a while, you're starting to get a body full of stem cells that can get in and heal things. And that's the exciting part. Some people say, oh, well, went on the patch and it didn't do anything for me. But what's actually happening is that the patch is healing something, or the stem cells have decided, they've got their own mind. I want them to fix my feet really quickly, but instead they were fixing my stomach, they were fixing other things that I needed to, or your heart, they're great for hearts. They'll go in and fix that. There was a person just recently, he bought 12 months of patches, because the more you buy them in bulk, the cheaper they become. And he bought 12 months of them, and after 7 months, he still had nothing. This is a Townsville person. He still had showing hardly any benefits, but he knew it was working. And when he went back to his doctor, the doctor, who was a heart doctor, said, there's no need for you to come back anymore. Your leaky heart valve has healed itself. So it's kind of, you can't control it, what it's going to do, but if it doesn't feel like it's working, it definitely is working. It's just working on something else inside your body. It's great for inflammation, better night's sleep. There's so many things it can do. That's my story. It's still continuing. I'm praying and hoping that by Christmas I'll be on my bike. That's what I really want to do. And I'd given up that dream. But now I'm allowing myself very carefully, so I don't want to be hurt, to believe that I can do that. How long do you stay on the patches? Well, you put a patch on. They say 12 hours on and 12 hours off, because your body needs to rest overnight. So when you wake up in the morning at 7 a.m, you'll put it on. As I said, I've got one here on the back of my neck. I don't know if I showed you what it looked like. I think I can just turn around. Hopefully you can see it. Okay. There you go. Here. I might have stuck it on the shirt, and it won't matter. A lot of people just leave it on for 12 hours and you take it off. Take it off just before you go to bed, so it has the 12 hours. And then you put overnight, you'll just sleep. People have a lot of people have great sleep from this. My sleeping's improved, my depression, all those things. So then that's what it is. And then they say that they recommend people to use the patches for 1 month of every 10 years of their lives. So I'm 68, I'll be 70, heading for 70 soon. So I know I need to wear these for 7 months, but I'm realistic. I've been very, very sick, and I probably have more stem cell damage than most people. And so I might need it for 12 months. I don't know. But I'm certainly not taking off, not using these anymore. I'm not going to give up on them. I just love them. I'm getting excited because I can feel the strength coming back in my body as well. So that's how it works. Some people think, because the actual patches generally last for about 15 hours. So a lot of people will take them off and give them to their partner or their loved one to wear for 5 hours or 3 more hours. A lot of people put them on their dogs or cats, their animals, and you can just put them on their collar or on their fur. And there's also so many testimonies of what it's done for animals as well. And so I reckon this is why I've created this page. It's not, and I decided I wanted to sell them. Because I've seen how it's changed my life to have hardly any pain anymore, and hopefully by Christmas no pain at all, and actually starting to feel younger and healthier and enjoying life like I can't remember. The happiness that I feel and the joy and wanting to laugh again because I'm actually really enjoying life. It's so hard to sort of explain, but that's where I'm at. And I just want that other people, if I was so grateful for the person who introduced these to me. She was a friend who was in the town that I live in, and she was in the army, and she was discharged from the army because she had such a bad back and a lot of other injuries, and she was discharged on a disability pension, and she had depression and things like that as well. 4 months on the patches. She's out in the gym playing tennis, and she's just going leaps and bounds ahead. Her pain's gone as well. Her back is operating wonderfully. She's younger than me, so the earlier you start on this, she's only like 30, 35. So she had a lot more stem cells than me. So I've accepted that it will take me longer, but I'm just loving where I'm at now. And I'm just so excited for when I have a full lot of stem cells back again. I imagine a lot of people ask me another question: what happens when you take them off, or when you finish, or do you want to finish? Some people in our age, they decide that they're just going to keep going on this stem cell patch for the rest of their life. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't, but I feel that I'll give it the 12 months and then I'll decide. But I would imagine that once I go off them, I will just start the natural aging process again. But I'll be starting from a full set of stem cells, not the half set or 50% or whatever. I'm staying on them till I know I've got my full set back. A lot of people, before they start the stem cell patching, I recommend you can go and see your doctor if you want to get that and have some blood tests done. Anemia is fixed. So many people's vitamins and minerals are fixed. It's just amazing, and the changes that you have, and it's good to have that monitored from a doctor. One of the most critical things that you must do to have success, other than just, you must take it off at night time because your body must rest. If you wear it all the time, your body just gets used to it, and it is not as effective. It has to have that on-off effect, but it's you must drink lots of water, because you are actually reactivating stem cells. Your body is 70% water, and so if you reactivating dormant stem cells, you need water, and they recommend that you have put under your tongue when you're drinking a little bit of Celtic sea salt, because it's full of mineral salts, magnesium, phosphorus, all the calcium, all the different salts. There's 79, I think, or 81 mineral salts in the Celtic salt. Some people like to use Himalayan salt, and also electrolytes. Find a good, clean tablet form if you want. I guess get that from iHerb actually. And also for me, though, the electrolytes I absolutely love is just good old coconut water, because those things your body just soaks up and just uses, because it's helping them to grow those stem cells and reactivate them again. So I probably talked for long enough, but I'm going to come back on every now and then and explain these patches. There are other patches that they sell. David Smith, how it all started out was that he was an inventor of just doing he's loved working with the body, and probably maybe 8-10 years ago, he was asked by the American government and signed a contract to make a patch for the Navy SEALs, and which he did, and so that they would stay awake and be full of energy to go and do whatever they needed to do for their 4 days away on some mission that they had to do. And the patch that I haven't got it with me in front of me, but it's called the Energy Enhancer. That's the patch that he made for the Navy SEALs. It's been very successful. And see, there's nothing going into their body. And then that same patch was then used by, wait for this one, the American US swim team. I think it was the Athens Games. It was a year that Michael Phelps was there, and they actually blew away and they passed and obtained heaps of personal bests and world records or Olympic records. And the most amazing thing was that the Olympic, of course, they were wearing patches, so they were checked by the medical standards people and drug standards people, and there's nothing in that patch that made them not able to participate, because it's an organic nanocrystals. And in the patch, I've actually just saw it here before, it's made up of organic matter, including amino acids, and that's those ones there, and that's going into your body. It's not like putting on a caffeine patch that's full of caffeine and other things, and that's going into your body. This is just a little patch, and when the light comes up from your body, hits the patch, it goes back down in there. It's like sunshine getting into your body and creating vitamin D. This is instead of the sunshine, it's your own light going back into your body and creating copper peptides, and it's the copper peptide that it has the ability to reactivate the stem cells. And it's just so exciting, and there's nothing going in that can harm your body, and you are using your own stem cells. You're not buying someone else's, you're not scraping some from some other baby's umbilical cord or whatever, and it's only cheap. Well, the cost of it works out about a cup of coffee a day. It is in American dollars if you buy them, and so that's a little bit confusing when you have to sort of convert it over. You pay for it in American dollars, but the bank can work all that out for you, which I think is about 66 cents or 67 cents in the dollar at the moment. To $1 Australian is, $1 American is about 66 cents Australian. So yeah, it's a cup of coffee a day, and it's certainly worth it. Anyway, if you've got any questions, as I said before, I'm not a medical person. I'm just speaking from my own experience. If you go onto the websites, there's a website called www.startx39.com. There's testimonials on there, all the scientific stuff's on there. It's all the clinical studies that are done, because it wouldn't have been able to be passed by Australian standards as a wellness product unless it had passed all these clinical studies and was proven to be safe. And there's another website called thisisitteam.com, and that's and they're both American sites. So as I put up the other day on this Facebook group that I've now started, there is testimonials by Australian people who, I think there's one tomorrow night, Monday night. So I'll put it up on Tuesday and you can watch it. I never know who's going to turn up. I've been asked to give a testimonial, but I just want to wait until I've completely got rid of all that pain. The pain used to be like 12 to 20 out of 10. And now, in all honesty, it's like 2 or 3, but I want to get rid of it completely. The doctor has told me that with peripheral neuropathy, you have to regrow the outside nylon sheath over the nerves, and they only grow 2 microns a day, which is a tiny, tiny amount. So no matter of trying to make it happen really quickly will occur. Rest assured that the stem cells are doing its job and helping that grow. So I'm really excited, because when that nylon sheath is all covered up again, I know I'm going to be riding along my bike. And yeah, all I do, if you're interested, want to know any more information, and you haven't already got a brand partner, I'm a brand partner. That was like, whoa, okay, so I'm selling this product. In Australia, we call it a consultant or whatever, but over in America, it's called a brand partner, so it took me a while to get used to that term. But if you haven't already got a brand partner to sign you up, I'm happy to help you, or I'm happy just to help you, give you some information, or talk through what symptoms you've got and see whether or not if you can find some testimonials about that. Yeah, so thank you for listening and being part of my healing journey. And yeah, I just hope that you can feel the joy that I'm feeling. And I've been sick for 6 years. 2018 was when I went around Australia, and it's now 2024, and I had given up. I thought, well, this is it. Thank goodness I'd done my around Australia trip, and I'd been overseas. Well, the other day I put up a bucket list on the fridge, and on that bucket list I wrote travel to the UK one more time in London, and then I very bravely wrote walk a part of the Camino. That's how good I'm starting to feel. So, and you know me, those who know me, when I make up my mind to do something, I will do it. So it might only be 10 kilometres or 20 kilometres, I don't know, but that's what I'm aiming for. And so if I can help you in any way with these patches, there's special ways to put them on, special spots to put them. I have now been experimenting with them, and also got knowledge and contacts to help people with things like sciatica pain, and even molecular generation in the eyes. They're great for eyes. A lot of people are going back to having to downsize their prescription as they're getting older, I've actually noticed that too. I'm keen to go back and get new glasses and see what's happened, but I'll keep you informed. So love and blessings to you all. Please ask me any questions, share any experiences that you might be aware of, but just get on there on the websites that I mentioned, have a look, yeah, God bless. And here's to those who have experienced pain and illness that only others who have also experienced it to that level understand. I hope I can be a part of your healing journey and give you hope.